state, but observing all the veterans and those who have served is something we're thinking about today and Monday. So anybody in the room that has service, if you want to raise your hand, I would like to acknowledge you. Thank you for your service. Anyone? Yeah? Very good. You are the only one. Okay, we also want to thank our sponsor for today, which is JQ's on High, and spoiler alert, maybe JQ on Wheels too. I mean, I know that Quinn's going to tell us a little bit more about that, but we appreciate them and also our friends at Cumulus for helping us sponsor and promote this event. We do have friends joining us online, and we all kind of know the drill here. You're going to be muted just so we don't have any background noise, and if you have questions, you can put them in the chat. You can unmute yourself because we go around the room and we introduce ourselves. We would like for you to do the same, and also, don't record anything without permission from the presenter. So, yeah, with that, why don't we go ahead and start our introductions around the room, and you can say your name and your business and or an organization that you're with. Gaye, do you want to start?
I'd love to start. Gaye Suggett, Amber, Missouri. At least that's who pays me right now. But I've done a lot of work for the Chamber. I'm Chamber Chair this year. So we're very anxious to talk to you this morning about WomenConnect.
Hi, my name is Kyerra Johnson-Massey. I'm the founder and president of the We Speak Foundation, a nonprofit organization, and probably a few other hats, but also being a part of the co-chair as far as the Women's Connect program is concerned.
I'm Daphne Dinich. I started up the ice cream truck Daphne's Delights this summer. I'm Sherry Dowchoin with the Law Firm of Armstrong T. Steel. I'm Beth Calgill with Liberty Family Medicine, Leadership 2024 graduate and Chamber Ambassador. I'm Angela and Women's Connect member. Sorry.
She was our very first one who signed up. The very first one.
I'm Angela Hirsch. I'm the Executive Director of the Oregon Abuse Crisis Service.
Katrina Timmons, Central Bank Chamber Ambassador and co-chair of Chamber Champions.
Tim Tennant, rest of the Warrior Project.
Christopher Scott with Farmers Insurance, also treasurer on the board for Red Circle Warrior and commissioner-elect for Callaway County.
Yeah, congratulations.
Retired. Dan Basil, home workers home care, and a chamber ambassador.
Good morning, Rochelle Weaver, Cumulus Media.
Frank Rice, Evening Road. D.A. Robert, Will County EMS.
Lori Stone, Compass South Network.
Julie Allen, retired from Barry Guns Consulting in the state of Missouri.
Bradley Kellerman with Scouting America, board member of Red Circle Warrior, ambassador, and then also leadership 2017.
Best
Major Justin, Sally Sherman, Jefferson City.
Rick Lancaster out of Rick Lancaster Counseling. We're working out of the Grace Counseling Building.
Greg Bexton, Hawthorne Bank, Pass, Chamber Chair.
Rebecca Brown, Chamber Staff.
Susan on the Chamber staff.
Quinn Rice with JQ Farm.
Lori Pitts with the Chamber. Sarah Hoover, President of Life Strategies, and actually here we're on a discovery mission to see what the Chamber is all about.
Thank you for being here.
Michaela Haymaker with Conservation Federation, Missouri.
Mike Lester, City Council, Ward 2.
Leslie Davis, Liberty, Missouri, Chamber Ambassador.
We're Leslie Square.
I'm Leslie Chandler. I'm a commercial lender at Suggett.
Hey, Sarah Gibson, I'm with Full County.
Nia Morgan, Full County EMS. Ashley Singh, Chamber Staff.
Gary Plummer with the Chamber. Good morning, Eric Boyd, Chief of Full County.
Samantha Rush with MRA Construction.
Marie Rosario with Covenant Pediatrics Conference.
Brittany Wade, Covenant Pediatric Wellness Center.
Anthony C. I'm Jackie Coles, Coleman Associates, and on the Minority Districts Council, we're looking forward to be on the Chamber Council of the Chamber in January.
Hi, I'm Shannon Hawk. I'm with Armstrong Tisdale. I'm on the Chamber's Governmental Relations Committee, and I'm looking forward to participating.
This is Ivano, and I'm with the Jefferson City Regional Economic Partnership.
On a Trammell, I'm with Gaye, Missouri, and you guys got me thinking, I can't remember what year I went through leadership. I think it was 2007, but might have been 2008.
Bobby Martin with Scholastic Books.
Amber Brondell United Way, I'm a board member, ambassador, and chamber champion. Sally Moore, MU Healthcare Capital Region Medical Center, I work in business development. I'm actually I'm going to steal my good buddy and colleague Deb Beacon, our Chief Nursing Officer. Good morning. Can you introduce yourself?
Dr. Deacon, Chief Nursing Officer at Capital Region Medical Center. Great to be here.
Darcy Creighton, Capital City Classic, Board of Women's Special Advocates, and a Chamber Ambassador, and a new WomenConnect member.
I am Sarah Hollenberg. I'm here with MU Healthcare and shadowing with Deacon, and I work for University.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Duenckel. I'm from Florida. I'm a principal in Florida and we shadow member.
And I'm Kim Member of Administration.
Very good. Is there anyone, we just did introductions, Jamie, or anybody else can do this? Introductions, you want to introduce yourself and say?
I'm Jamie with Dreams to Reality.
Okay, anybody else? Did we get everybody? Okay, how about those online? Renee, how many do we want? Anybody want to unmute themselves and introduce?
Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Wiedenhop. I'm the owner of Career and Trade Schools Consulting.
Hi, I'm Stacy Landwehr with Jefferson City Parks and Rec.
I'm Karen Thompson with Liberty Tax Service.
I'm Victoria Beck and I work with Advantage Home Care, brand new chamber members.
Andrea Holloway is on, she's at her microphone.
Okay, Andrea Holloway, and she is, she's at SSM, a specific division. I wish she put it in the chat.
Step one, she's with step one is
Go ahead, good.
medical detox, 3 to 5 days medical detox.
Yeah. Okay, anybody else? Okay, all righty. Well, I know we have a few new members in the room, one announced and some in the room. We had a recent membership drive where we had some volunteers invite people to join the chamber, and we've also had some of our scholarship businesses with the Minority Business Council. So we've got a big list here. I'm not going to read through all of them individually, but I will pause long enough for you to look, and here some of you were announced last time, some this time, so yeah, we appreciate all the new members and look forward to having them be involved. So great group. All right, now I'm going to turn it over to another great member and community person, Quinn, to talk about. Thank you.
Hello, I'm going to just kind of give you a quick introduction to kind of just like my brief history of hospitality and entertainment. So I was definitely a big supporter of just trying to get more art here and more things to do for people of all ages in our beautiful capital city. First of all, I'm a now family man, which is pretty awesome. I do have a 4-year-old son who I really love, Benedict, and he's a cute little dude. My wife Heather and I are very, very lucky to have him, so that's kind of one of my big focuses these days. But prior to that, had a lot of stuff going on. Born and raised in the area, graduated from Blair Oaks and also Mizzou. And was actually just at Blair Oaks this morning. It's a pleasure to get to go back there and help out with their Veterans Day ceremony every year. And that's part of actually another business that I do, which is with Q Entertainment. I got to work with some great people here in town and also all over the state and nationally. I've had Q Entertainment for over 20 years now. We basically do complete event production services, and that's everything from booking entertainment to getting hospitality lined up, everything from food and beverage to anything you think of that comes with an event. We work with that. Proud to say that company started with a $600 van, which I recently sold to another couple who's going to enjoy it, and they maxed out credit card, and it's come quite some way since then. But that goal of the company is basically just to make events happy by assisting clients with all of their hospitality and entertainment needs, and that's whether or not I make a dime off of it or not. We just try to make sure that the client's happy and they have the event that they want. It's especially important with a lot of charitable organizations that I work with, and also with somebody's special day with a lot of weddings and things like that. I've got to work with JC Parks, which has been quite awesome. I've been doing that for a long time. American Heart Association, Special Learning Center, American Cancer Society, Thursday Night Live, Living Windows, a lot of various downtown events. Also had a nice hand and invitation to help out with the revitalization of the Riverside Park Amphitheater. That was a lot of fun to get to do. I used to do an event called Evening at the Amphitheater. I think that was about 4.5 years that we did that, and I had a lot of help from local people to make that happen. Basically let them know that that park was still in the city. There were people that were born and raised here that did not know that that park existed and that we had an amphitheater now. And now you can see some of the results of that, and it was so wonderful to see that come to life. I got to do a lot of work nationally touring with entertainment as well. I've worked with entities such as Taylor Swift. I've got to do Rascal Flatts, Jack Bryan, countless events with sporting events as well too, with a lot of production things, and it's given me a lot of experience and a lot of insight on what works and what doesn't in other cities, both large and small, and I get to kind of bring some of those little things here, kind of salt and pepper those in the city. One of the examples of that is JQ's on High. Also have a place called The Space. I've had that for nearly 20 years. That is an artist office space. That is affordable office space for creative people to come and work and do a startup business. I've had drum lessons there, recording studios. I currently have an interior designer that's trying to get on her feet there. I've got a guy that's trying to start his flooring company at that property right now, and that's still going strong. And I still house some other things out there with some other various businesses. Stitt Barity with Holly, Nick, and Stitt is another thing. We've worked very, very hard to try to revitalize parts of downtown Jefferson City, especially on the east side, the historic east side. Hopefully that chapter is going to be getting closed here soon. I know we've all been working on that for quite some time. We've been at it for a little while too. But that's been everything from trying to get events going in the area, such as like Porch Fest, which is another thing we get to work with JC Parks with, which is fantastic, to painting some of the old buildings. And I handed some of that, stepped away to try to concentrate on family and hopefully focus on JQs a lot more to get that up and running. But it's been an honor to get to do that. We formerly had Avenue HQ, which was over 30,000 square feet. We had a music venue, we had a theater, we had another startup business place in there, we had offices, workshop, and a few other businesses. That building basically housed just under, I think, 25 businesses at its peak before we lost it in 2019. We are actually, with Holly and Nathan, are going to be neighbors soon as we try to continue revitalization of the east side, and especially her leading the front with that. She's got Blackwell's Garage, and so she's going to be sharing the block with JQ's on High, and that's another little segment of the downtown area that's going to be brought back to life. We're going to see lights on the buildings, and hopefully this side will be connected with this side, and the downtown area will be a little bit bigger. So now, leading up to JQ's on High, which is obviously why I'm here, I had to kind of tell that backstory to let you know what happened with this. So part of the goal that I have with my businesses are to create platforms for other people to succeed. Hopefully I succeed at that same time too. It doesn't always work out, but it's just part of it. I passed by this building, I don't know how many times at 9/11 East High doing open mic nights. I've done those in town for about 15 years. I recently kind of handed those off to the mission, but I passed by that building and was trying to think of something to do with it. I finally got in contact with the owner of the property, which is John Johnson. He eventually gave the keys to me and said, here, have that, because it was in bad shape. Started working on it. We started talking, working together, and we found out that we both like restaurants, we both like food, classic cars, and music. And if you've ever been in there, you can kind of get the idea of how that came to life. And so after about 4 years of doing nights and weekends, whatever spare time that we had, finding used equipment for buildings that were getting torn down, we got there in about an hour, we could get it for free. We made that business come to life and did it on a fairly low budget, but it's up and running now. It has been since 2017. We're just a small operation. We pride ourselves in offering a small but impactful made-from-scratch menu that offers a wide variety of fare for anybody to enjoy. And that's a quote you're going to hear quite often, thanks to our friends in Cumulus who have helped us get some broadcasting out there. We're certainly a comfort food establishment. We might get a salad in there, but I don't know what's going to happen anytime soon. We've tried that. We got deep fried hot dogs wrapped in bacon or quarter pound. There's jumbo smoked wings. We offer a brisket burger that is probably one of our most popular items, along with the award-winning wings that we've got there. It's 100% brisket. We don't cut it with anything. A lot of places will say they have a brisket burger, but it's cut with other meat. And we have 100% choice brisket that we get locally, that we don't press. We put a dough over, keep all those juices in there, serve them on a toasted bun, and the rest is up to you to how you'd like to get that done. We can put just about anything on top of it. For our gluten-free and celiac friends. We are very, very conscious of that. I have all of my staff go through training for that, so we can have everybody come in to get a safe meal. I know that's been an issue here locally that some restaurants are doing a great job at, but we're trying to make sure that we stay on top of it to make sure that people can just enjoy a meal together. We also have vegetarian options as well. It is not a huge menu, but we want to make sure that all walks of life can come in and all dietary needs can come in to make sure that you've got something people can enjoy together.
I endorsed your slide there.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll just keep talking. I'm almost done. Sorry about
No,
that.
didn't we have slides?
Yes, and Lord, it was so nice to build this. Thank you. And showcase her work as well. Since we kind of have a female themed Friday coffee, which of course I'm appropriate for. We do have a female staff that comes in here. That is something we don't see a whole lot in the industry. That kind of leads me into some of the missions and the culture of JQ's on High is that we don't have a male-dominated staff. We have all age levels that come in. I have 15-year-olds that come in and get their first job there. I have people later in retirement that want to come in and do food service. People who just need a second job. We even had some folks that didn't really have a roof to stay over their head that I've given a job to help get up on their feet and to get things rolling. It truly is, it's a small business, but it really does a lot for the community to give us good hospitality, but also give a good opportunity for people to come in and work and have a second or sometimes even third job with some of my employees. But that right there is a picture I'm very proud of. It doesn't happen every day because there is high turnover. One of those young ladies actually is in school right now, but she also switched over to a different job where she's taking care of kids right now, and so she had to step away, but it's that's a picture that I just absolutely love there. With this operation, it kind of does a lot more than just serve food. As you can see with like our mission and our culture here, we're trying to expand downtown Jefferson City, and I alluded to that earlier. I don't want to say hundreds, but probably dozens of people that come up and they want me to expand, they want me to move to a different location as it pops up. That's not the goal of this. The goal is to stretch out downtown. I want the lights to be on all the way from here, all the way to the east side and even further west if possible, so people feel safe walking around and you see all kinds of lights on and businesses and activity to where our downtown area is a little bit more thriving and successful. I already kind of went over putting something in the building that was no longer utilized. Promoting hospitality and entertainment, we get both local and national tourists a place to come through. We are very lucky to have a very strong internet presence, and so a lot of people, when they Google places to eat in Jefferson City, we're lucky enough to come up along with a lot of the places that have been in town for a while, but we've helped to serve people. Most recently, we had a couple from Japan that came in to eat. We've had people from Spain, we had Australia. The group from Australia was phenomenal. They were actually biking the Katy Trail, loved this city, and it's just proof that some of the naysayers, sometimes maybe that are morning coffees or having a beer at night, that say that people aren't using the trails and aren't enjoying some of the tourism opportunities here. That is cold hard facts, that is absolutely not true, and I love being able to be a part of those examples to tell people, now, I think you're wrong there. Let me tell you about this. Our workplace that we've got is safe. A lot of odds that we try to beat in the industry come along with being a clean workplace. Unfortunately, with a lot of things in hospitality and entertainment, there are some pretty negative factors that can come along with that, with late nights and early mornings. I try to avoid that, to have a clean workplace where people can still do what they love in hospitality and not be exposed to some of the bad factors that come in with that. I have a creative workspace. That menu is not designed by me. I may put it up on Facebook, I may put it up on the website, but the staff comes up with a lot of those creations. I tell them, come up with something, I'll order the food for it, I take a picture, I get it up for them, so their creative process and their artistic creation is up and available to sell. There are so many people that I know that have never ever gotten a chance to showcase any of their food, and they've worked in hospitality forever, but they've always been bound by somebody else's menu. That's another thing that I wanted to try to kind of get away from, and it's certainly proven to be successful. Some of our best menu items have come from our staff, and they are still around. This also allows them to see a product from start to finish. With the combination of the front of house and back of house together, a window to where customers and also the work staff can see what they're doing. They can see things from start to finish and see a customer and hear a customer come up and say, even if they're like 90 years old, I promise you I've had this happen, that that's the best hamburger they've ever had in their entire life. That's something so simple but means so much to people that are working and sweating and spending hours in the kitchen making the product happen. I worked in the cabinet shop for a while and really enjoyed that. I did $1 million homes, but you think I ever got to see the results of that? Never. And so that's another thing I wanted to try to get away from. We also allow staff to have a life outside of work. We could be open 24 hours a day. I don't want to do that. I don't think anybody wants to do that. And so we have limited hours to give our staff a chance to do other things like spend time with family, just have some time off for themselves, and also maybe work the other job that they got or pursue educational opportunities, which a lot of folks have been doing. And one of the final things there, we get a chance to make all walks of life happy with great food and great service. So I'm blessed with the staff that I have. Very blessed to have the support from members of the community and organizations like this. I absolutely love that this town is so supportive, and through that support, we just make people happy with good food, and it's just part of the cycle that's complete with this business that I absolutely love and very, very lucky to get to do. So that's my spiel. I hope you guys got a chance to get your name in the back for that.
You can go ahead and do one more.
This is about $100 value, guys. You got a $50 gift certificate, Head Country Barbecue Sauce, which they are out of Oklahoma. It's not a Missouri base, but they are a great company. They support a lot of local small business. And then our Dat Sauce, which is a great hot sauce. It's just it's a little bit heat with a lot of flavor. And they're actually out of Louisiana. They're another big supporter of hospitality and entertainment, and actually music too, which is fantastic. All right. Am I gonna drum roll? Yeah. Love it. All right. Angela Hirsch.
And you can hold the basket.
You know, I'm really hungry now.
I gotta throw out a little bit of something too with the music to my Cherry Pistols guys. They've been very supportive too. We've been trying to put a lot of music out there as well. So if you haven't had a chance to come see us, you should come check us out sometime too.
Absolutely.
So much.
There.
All right.
Good, got it. I will try to real good. Yeah, thank you. All right, we appreciate that sponsorship. Also, Cumulus for Sherry. Michelle, if you want to have anyone more.
Cumulus Media, we have those 7 radio stations and all of our digital products as well. Whitman Rice, 25 free radio ads in addition to the Sweet Deal campaign that you just ran, and it looks like there's a lot of these sweet deals that go on sale on a Friday of your choice, which was today. They're selling fast, so everybody here go visit one of our websites, click on Sweet Deal. You might get lucky enough to get a $50 gift certificate to JQ's for only $25 if they're not sold out. So get out of here. But you also get 25 free ads for doing this sponsorship here on Friday Coffee. So thank you. Yes.
All right. Also, I want to congratulate some other wonderful businesses in our community. We had our Business and Leadership Summit yesterday. A lot of you were there. Some of you couldn't be here, but I know that we did our video vote, so a lot of people saw our finalists for the businesses and employee. The winner was Pizza Hut for our Small Business of the Year of 2024. That's Matt and Laura Burton's there. And we appreciate the sponsorship of Hawthorne Maine. And then also the Employee Award was Jolene Mushrush with Jefferson Bank, and Central Bank was our sponsor for that. So I want to congratulate those folks on that achievement. We also had our Pitch It and Win It competition winners announced. And those folks, if you don't know those businesses, maybe you will soon. It was Ellie's Critter Corral, and then Fizzy Top, Tap Truck, and what's the third one? Oh yeah, Bees, right? Benny's Bees. Oh yeah, the logo's right there. I apologize. I didn't work as closely with them, so I didn't know those names. I wasn't involved in that process, but congratulations to them too, and we appreciate the sponsorship from Lincoln University Small Business Development Center for helping us do that along with Drew and Automotive. Some announcements that the Chamber has coming up, that events that we'd like for you to participate in. We do have with our small business network what we call our peer networking groups. These aren't necessarily seminars, they're really opportunities for you to come together with your peers that work in marketing. For example, on this one, Sarah Bowl helps us lead this, and we have a topic each month. This month, it's going to be content that connects, creating social media posts to drive results. And the idea behind this one specifically, and Sarah encourages us, bring your laptop and your notes. We want to talk about the discussion a little bit, have a little work session, and then leave with the idea of what are we going to talk about next time. So these sessions are limited to about 8 to 10 people, so you have a chance to sign up each month. This one's always held on the second Tuesday. It's November 19th this time from 8 to 9 at the Courtyard by Marriott. Another event we encourage you to attend, it's a networking event. It's Chamber Connections. It's always on the third Thursday at a different chamber member restaurant or bar from 4 to 5:30. This time it's at the Water Tower, and our sponsor is Aperture, and we appreciate them along with Cat Country and KWS. So that's November 21st, on the third Thursday from 4 to 5:30. So Chamber Connections. Another event that we're announcing, and this has been something that we've been wanting to put together because quite honestly, we've had people request to have this. It's kind of like a speed networking or speed leads, for example. This is a great room. You have a lot of people that are here, but you don't really get to say specifically about your product or service or get your minute at the mic, per se. And so we always had a lead group that met on the third Thursday, but it was very small. It was limited to a small amount of non-competing businesses. And they decided we're going to open it up. So this month, on November 21st, we encourage you to come, bring your business cards, be prepared to stand up and give us your pitch. Tell us about maybe something new in your business or a product or maybe an organization. Maybe you have an event coming up or you need to have a call for volunteers. So just a chance for us to really be intentional about our marketing and our businesses that are there can share information. You'll learn a lot about the other businesses that are there. So that's at Mel's Restaurant from 8 to 9 a.m. on November 21st. Ashley, do you want to talk about the prayer breakfast?
Well, the Chamber's 45th Annual Prayer Breakfast, hosted by the Full-Time Communities Committee, presented by Legends Bank, is going to be coming up on November 27th at 7 a.m. It's an early morning event, but it truly is a kickoff to the holiday season for a lot of people. It sells out every year, so I highly recommend. If you haven't gotten your ticket yet, I would. You all have a flyer in front of you with a QR code. You can scan that or email me directly and I can send you an invoice, but tickets are going fast, and with keynote speaker, Governor-elect Keogh, it will no doubt sell out probably way before the event even gets here. So.
All right, with that, I'm going to turn it over to Greg Bexton. He's got
I feel like I'm doing a speed.
there you go. Hey, yeah, we'll come back on the 21st. First in annual.
Yes.
Please help me.
Greg Bexton, I've been with Hawthorne Bank about 27 years. If you go way back, it was Exchange Bank, Hawthorne, now another transition to Duenckel, so I was just going to give you a quick little update on where we're at. If you have not been to JQ's, I think it's some of the best food in town. Really, a bacon wrapped, deep fried hot dog? I like a good hot dog, but I've never had a deep fried.
Bacon wrap.
Bacon wrap. That's healthy. So, about 9 months ago, we started down a road to look at our logo, to kind of refresh it a little bit. And so, I'm sure, hopefully you've seen it, we've got new signs up in town. But during this process, we kind of wanted to look at the who, the how, and what. Who do we want to be to our customers and communities? How do we want to work together as one Hawthorne? And what value will evaluate our work and support our future? So, we had many meetings, tried to determine if we were where we wanted to be. And so, during this process, we came up with a new logo. We got a new tagline, Hawthorne Bank, connecting you to what's possible. Kind of tweaked our mission a little bit, still there to offer competitive financial solutions to individuals, families, and businesses. Here's
We're excited to share our vibrant new logo with you. It's designed to reflect the trust and dependability you've come to know at Hawthorne Bank. And the arch in the H of the logo serves as an abstract horizon, much like looking across a wide open field in the heartland, honoring our Midwestern roots and signifying great things are ahead and great things are possible. While our logo has changed, our commitment to serving you and our community remains the same. Hawthorne Bank, connecting you to what's possible. HawthorneBank.com, member FDIC.
If you know me, I'm in the lending side, the abstract stuff that I had nothing to do with. I never would have put that together, how that, the open field and all that, but couple more things, just, we've gone through some change. We're still the same bank we have been. We still offer all the products, mortgage, commercial, consumer, financial, trust, we got it all. We just got a new look out there, and so these are some of our different locations, the Jeff City locations. Hawthorne Bank is about $1.8 billion in assets. We've got 24 locations concentrated in Central Missouri, Jeff City, Columbia, the Clinton, Warsaw, Truman Lake area, and then the Kansas City area. 2 new branches in the last couple of months, one in Liberty, Missouri, and then one in Overland Park, Kansas. So we're out here, we continue to grow, and we're open to business. A couple of changes around town that you might hear. We've got 2 locations on the west end of town, Amazonas, which was our operations center, 26,000 square feet. We are in the process of moving those people back downtown. We've got everybody moved except for trust and HR. We're doing a little bit of remodeling downtown, so we're moving everybody back down to the downtown location. We're going to sell the Amazonas building at some point in time. So if you know anybody looking for 26,000 square feet, have them give me a call. The other location we have on the west end is our west branch. Big concrete looking building. We have looked at a lot of different variations to remodel that building. The current plan right now, and probably the next couple years, you'll probably see a new smaller branch up front, and then we'll probably end up demolishing the big building in the back. So that's probably a couple years away. So two moves in town. The operations people are coming back downtown, and then at some point in time, probably a new branch on the west end of town. So just wanted to give you a quick little update. Thank you for the chamber for allowing me a couple minutes here. But if you got any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Thank you. And you can take the pen and notepad. That's what you can bring it home. You don't have to bring it to the office.
Okay, and now I'm going to turn it over to our program today. Gaye, am I going to start with you?
I'll start, I'll start, yeah.
I'll just you guys are.
Perfect, do we have the slides? This one. Which one? Oh, there we are. So I don't know how many people were there last night at the Business and Leadership Summit. That is when we kicked off our WomenConnect. And so I'm going to let these 2 amazing co-chairs talk in a little bit, because obviously anytime you do anything, you have to have amazing people in place, right, that are going to lead these programs. I just wanted to give you a little bit of my why, and I'm not going to try to redo everything that I did last night because I don't want to duplicate it for anybody that was there. But when I came in to be in chamber chair, I wanted to look at what we could do. And Quentin said a lot when he talked about expanding our community, right? I mean, that's really what we looked at, or what I wanted to look at is, how could we really work together with all those that we needed to work with in our community? How could we become better and stronger as a community working together? How could we be more inclusive? And so I took a look at thinking about that, how we could add value, right, to our membership and what we could do moving forward. And you know, we talked a lot this morning about the small business and different things and how we could add value. Those are part of the things as well. But I wanted to think about my career and when I started out in a man's world, right, what it was that could have helped me really think about and advancing and doing some different things. You know, who could have been there for me? Who could have been there in my corner? You know, could I have had a mentor? You know, how could I have really grown? How could I have been intentional with what I was doing? And so, you know, really thinking about that, you know, I started out with, we put together there's a great group of women in here that have worked on the Women's Symposium. And we had a Women's Symposium this March, and we're gonna have another one next March. But I think that one day Women's Symposium has got to be part of something bigger, something more. You can't just go one day and think, okay, that's gonna help me, right, in my career. That's gonna be everything that I need, because we need that circle of people around us. They can be there to cheer for us, to encourage us, to help us to grow, to be those people in our life. And so that's why we started working, and both Renee and Kyerra came together, and they are co-chairing this wonderful WomenConnect. So I'm going to turn it over to them and let them talk a little bit more about what we're looking at as far as next year and the events and creating this enthusiasm, because I think this is something that we really can offer more value to our members as we're looking forward in what we're doing. So I don't know who wants to start first. We'll just go on the video. Sure. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, there is more slides.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, wow, okay. No, it looks good. There you go. Okay, here?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. Those are nice pictures. We'll get to those.
All right. Well, just kind of go with what Gaye said. I don't want to say the same thing I said, you know, yesterday, but I do know that I went home and I was really excited. So much so that I ended up sleeping. But as I was sleeping, it was this level of comfort that I had because I saw so many women that signed up yesterday. I got to take so many pictures and hear so many different stories. And the one thing that really just comes to my mind and my heart, because I rather speak from the heart because that's more genuine, but I like to tell people that I came from a really low income community. I'm originally from the city of East St. Louis, Illinois. And if any of you all know anything about that, at one point it was, you know, all-American community or all-American city in 1954. And later on, because of job losses and a lot of other things being shipped off to other countries, we lost a lot of our city's revenue. And so we didn't have places where we could really go and just have fun, like YMCAs and all of these other great things that I see that Jefferson City has to offer. And so since being here in Jefferson City, I've worked for the state now for nearly a decade. And I've joined the chamber recently, probably about a couple years ago, or about a year or so ago, and the Young Professionals program probably about a couple years back as well. But it's being in a room full of people that helps you understand, it helps you feel comfort in knowing that the possibilities are there. And when you think about what it is to be a woman, I will say that it can be tough. And like Gaye said, like in a male-dominated world, a patriarchal world, like it can be hard sometimes when you're working, when you're a wife, when you're a mother and you're helping, you know, your aunt is an aunt, and all these different roles that we have to play. We know that we're doctors and we're lawyers and we're teachers, and we play all of these different roles all the time, and sometimes you just need to be able to connect with other women that understand that, yes, sometimes it is hard just being us, but it makes it a little bit easier when people come together, women come together, and we can understand each other. I think about WomenConnect, and I'm so grateful to be a co-chair along with Renee, and just being with Gaye, who's just a spearhead, and both of them just have all of this just amazing energy, and they're just ready to go. And I can see the driving force, and it came into fruition yesterday when just so many women saw the same vision that we saw when they signed up. Even though the internet was a little spotty, they kept using it, and they kept trying to submit it, and they kept doing it. And that's the driving force behind women who are really ready there to be empowered. Women that are ready to connect and women that are ready to thrive. And so I hope that we'll have more signups. If you haven't signed up already, I would say that this is something that you want to do, because I find it as a valuable resource in this community, because I understand the value of having resources in the community. So thank you all. It's hard to follow both of them. And I will tell you, any veterans in the room or current military, I'm sure there are, that Veterans Day is Monday. We gave away donuts this morning at Schulte's, so thank you for what you do and continue to do. So just wanted to give you a shout out for that as well. So as Kyerra mentioned, we did launch yesterday at the Business and Leadership Summit. And I'm going to point out my favorite picture is Gary up here. and Lori didn't believe me, but that was Gary's idea. That was right, where are you, Gary? I know you're Okay, so all that to say, I say ditto to everything that these ladies shared. And for all the men in the room, what I would encourage you to do is take that brochure and really think about who is in your home, who is are your family members, who are the constituents you work with at other businesses, at your own, that might be involved in the chamber, might not be involved with the chamber already, because we see this as an opportunity to help us grow and maybe reach a little bit farther than what we are right now. This is going to be an extension of the chamber, and we're super excited about it, but you guys, really, who makes it happen? A lot of women. So we look at this as an opportunity to help us grow. We were inspired by Columbia, and many of you probably have had some sort of, maybe you've attended some of their luncheons and been involved in the things they do. They have a 20+ year, we don't even know, we know it's been a long time that this program has been in place up there, and it's really helped grow their chamber, a tight network, and just helped all of them be better, which is going to help our community be better. So I agree everything that you shared as well, that the more we do this together, the better. So WomenConnect was born, and I do believe that the symposium last year was kind of a catapult for that, for us to realize, okay, this is powerful, and we want to do this again, and not just a one-day event. So right now, just to kind of give you our vision, that this is our goal is to have something quarterly. We also know, if any of you guys know, there's tons of stuff happening in our community all the time. I'm like, gosh, we put one more meeting on our plate, what in the world are we going to do, right? So we want to make sure that they bring value. To get it on the ground level, we would look at this for you, that you're going to help us spearhead and figure out what we need. What do those quarterly events need to be? If there's a lot more interest, what do we need to add to make sure that it brings value? But we're like, for example, when Kyerra and I attended a luncheon in Columbia, and it was October, and there was a oncology surgeon that is actually from Tipton, Missouri, kind of grew up around Jefferson City, that shared a lot about things that women just need to know. And I sat there and I thought, my gosh, I know these things are probably happening. Let's bring a large group of people together so we can really see and hear those things for women. So that leads us to WomenConnect. So yes, we really know how to have a lot of fun. We decided that a selfie station is really it, because it brings us all together. So we think that we should do that every single time. And I will say too, shout out to Lori. Lori has been kind of our chamber champion all the time, but without somebody at the back side of the chamber, there's no way that we can do this. There's absolutely no way. So thank you to her. And then, I kind of jumped the gun here, but WomenConnect is going to be, for chamber members, it's going to be $50 a year, which is very, very, very affordable. Right now, we're doing a special where you can do your first year for $25. So I would encourage you, if you're in this room and you know it's something that you're going to trust us and say, yes, we want to be a part of it, sign up now. We know what our numbers were, because we know it was 30.
Just under 40.
Okay, just under 40 in a couple of hours. So that's pretty exciting. Our goal, we kind of all shared, like, what would we love to see our group to start out at? And we all shouted out different numbers. And I think that we're going to be able to really hit that and exceed it, which is super, super exciting. I would love to see us to be at 100 before we even start the year by the end of next week. I think that we could do that if we did almost 40 in one day. So, thank you. And we all like gift with purchase. I don't know if the men in the room, if you have a woman who always goes and does whatever she has to do to get a gift with purchase, but I do it, 100% I do.
It is cool.
It's fun, yeah. So for anybody who signed up yesterday, and if you do that today, you get this cute little wristlet, and there's some really fun quote cards inside. We want this group to be authentic. We want to be able to be champions of each other. We want it to not be about red tape and backstabbing and all that stuff that can happen with women. That is not what this group is about. So I didn't even want to say those words out loud, right? But if you decide to do that today, you get one of these that you get to take with you. So please do that. We also have paper applications if somebody needs that as well. But inside the trifold, there is a QR code. It does take you to the website where you can sign up. There is the $25 opportunity that's there. So please, don't think long, because if you think long, you think wrong. I say just do it and become a part of this with us. We're super excited. Just the conversations we had about women. I've had probably 3 specific stories said to me. I've been looking for a place that I can insert myself, but I didn't know how to do it maybe at a larger chamber way, but this was their way to be able to be a part of women to do that. So we're excited about being able to help grow the chamber in that way as well. And if you have, maybe your spouse is not one who has a chamber connection, but you do. So maybe this gives them a different kind of opportunity as well. Okay, so we are going to give away. Is there anything else that I did not say? Oh, I did share one. I shared a quote yesterday that I do want to share, and I really would love any man that identifies with this to tell me later. But this is my favorite quote of how we're going to pull all these women together. And it says, and if you know me, this is true too. If I ever waited until I got all my ducks in a row, I'd never get across the street. Sometimes you just have to gather up what you've got and make a run for it. And so I know that we all bring different things to the table, and I really identify with what Greg said. Like you're the bank guy, right? You do spreadsheets. I hate spreadsheets, right? So I like marketing. So when we all come together, we're all so much better for it. So let's gather up our ducks and make a run for it, right? So we're going to give away a membership today. Do we have a vote? Do we have a vote for that too?
Did everybody register? I apologize, I didn't get it out there as fast as I wanted this morning.
All right. And if it's a man, you can give this to someone. Okay, right?
Yeah. All right, so I get to draw?
Here, you get 3 names, okay. Gary Plummer. Another one?
Yeah, we can't give it to you.
Marie Rosano?
Rosario.
Rosario.
Gary really likes being the only token man in the room at the women's symposium. I think he was like maybe the only man in the room. He loved it. He was there all day long. All day long. So he could go with this, I think.
Gary, who are you gonna give it to? That's what we want.
Please keep it.
Ladies, I'll take a picture of him.
Okay.
And then is that the last slide?
Yes,
sorry.
Yeah, either you want to go over here. Well, you just can't be in front of the screen, but I'll take a picture of you guys across there.
I actually joined yesterday.
Very good.
Fun.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so congratulations. Are there any questions that Gaye or Kyerra?
I do have one. So like the Women's Network in Columbia does allow men to join. Are you allowing men to join WomenConnect?
Ooh.
I mean, we have to be at EOE, right?
I mean, I think it's great for men to be involved just because it helps them understand a little bit more about the things that.
Well, and I think that's a really good question, and I would actually defer to Dan Basil back there because he and Gary, I think, well, not to call you out, but in a good way, he and Gary maybe were the only 2 men that attended the Women's Symposium the first year. Is that right, or were there others? A couple more? Okay, one of the few, they were one of the few, so I don't disagree, I think that could make things better, so.
Well, and as go ahead.
The reason I was there is I'm in a business that appeals to women. I mean, all my employees, 99% of them are women, so I was a member of the women's portion up in Columbia for 2 years. And now I understand how women feel in an all men's environment. That have these luncheons, there's 250 women, there's like 3 or 4 of us guys. But it's very interesting. I mean, for me, I come from a manufacturing background and, it's like punch the clock, show up, so it pushed a little different button for me to keep my employees.
I think there's definitely an opportunity. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think it would be an opportunity first time people get together to decide.
Yeah.
Group what.
Yeah, how do I do that?
Gary, you're backing it.
But I think there's definitely opportunity. I mean, when we thought, as far as women, you're trying to be everything to everybody, and not that men don't do a lot of the same things as well, right? But men get to go to the golf course, and
When women can go to the golf course.
Yeah, they have ladies' tees. Yeah, they have ladies' tees, okay?
In fact, I prefer a woman on my scramble team because we get 100-yard advantage, so.
There you go. So, anyway, we'll definitely take that as an opportunity. I think there's definitely opportunity there. And we've said that right from the beginning. You know, we've looked to Columbia for a lot of the things that they're doing, and we tried to pull a lot of those great ideas. But I think we are totally different than that, right? So we're gonna model it, we're gonna pivot, we're gonna get started with this, and we're gonna see where it goes, and we're gonna see what changes we need to make so that we can make this as great as we can be. So be a part of it now, join now, so we can do as we want going forward and make this really great.
And I also just wanted to say, I really like your question, and I think that that's going to be a great topic of discussion for us to sit down with. But I think that as we have events and things like that, and like luncheons, I can't see us just simply closing that door and not inviting like other people to be able to join as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a member, obviously, of both chambers, and I always tell people, like, I like the Just City Chamber better. I know, I chamber, but just because you guys are very intentional about connecting. And I think that should probably be your first, empowering is important, but connecting, you can't really empower until you connect.
So that's true.
So I do really like that just vibe that I get. That's why I'm maybe moving to Jeff City too. So,
and that really just does say that we love, I mean, they're a neighboring community, but we are very different. How our town works, you know, everything about how we are is different. So there's a question back here too.
Is there any plan with WomenConnect for like opportunities for entrepreneurs to really connect to like a subset of like specific events or things for that? Because right now my entrepreneur female colleagues are all podcasts that I listen to because there's very few women that I know that own businesses, so I'm really looking to connect on that level of staffing and management and things like that.
I think that's a great topic. I mean, I think that's something we definitely should try to figure out how to pull those things together. So as we plan, I think that's a great goal.
And I could add, because I was in a few other planning meetings, a possible mentor program might come up in the future, and then that would be an opportunity for like-minded people, professional careers,
When in
entrepreneurs.
Jeff City, well, Columbia has a group called 1 Million Cups. We tried getting it going here in Jeff City, and there just wasn't enough people we might have had 12 at the most at one time, but getting people to run it, you know, to meet monthly and all that sort of thing is a problem. But maybe, I think there's some new energy in the community, so maybe it might be time to relook at something like that.
No, it's a great idea. I think that's gonna only continue to grow. And like you join and you get some of your other friends that join, you know, and that is important, right? So what can we do to support you? I think that's so important.
Can we see who did join yesterday? Just showing hands. There's quite a few people in the room that did. So see, look at that. That was great. And that was just in the first.
If you join this morning,
It is all about me, Bradley, it's about coming here.
make sure you get your free gift. You join today as well.
And then I'd also add too, we all are very connected to the chamber because you're here. And I think about, we probably all know a dozen other women that could really benefit and that we would benefit by being around a different group as well. So I want to be intentional to invite other women that I don't see coming to things, to something like this. I think it'll be a different way to outreach. So, question?
Do you have to be a member of the chamber to join? Good question.
And I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So, to be a chamber member, we knew that it needed to be a benefit if you were a chamber member. So the normal membership will be $50 for a chamber member. And then if there is a woman who is a non-chamber member, she can join for $120 for a year. So again, we want to make it affordable to be a part of any group. That's fairly inexpensive. So
That was great. That was great.
Yeah. And I also want to say, like, a lot of the people that have been in the chamber, that have been in like professionals and different things like that are crossing over into Women's Connect. Like when we talk about like just connecting women that are entrepreneurs and different things, like these are the same people I see all the time now. Like I go to the coffee shop and like, you know, even just yesterday, it was like, hey, we haven't seen each other in a while, and like we're all going to church on Sunday. And so there's a lot of like relationship building, and they're like, hey, have you been to Sugar Britches yet? And I'm like, no, I haven't been there yet. And so it's just those kinds of things like that kind of help bring us together. And again, it's just, you know, going back into that Women Connect thing is just really empowering.
And powerful.
And powerful.
Thank you, ladies, and congratulations. Before we make our want to call up, you might have noticed a few uniform people in the room. Hey, do you guys want to kind of come up? I know you have a community announcement that you want to make. Come on up here and join me, please.
Good morning, thank you all for having us. My name is Eric Boyd, I'm the Chief of Cole County EMS, and we wanted to just give you a little brief update on Toys for Tots. So as we've gone and established ourselves in the community over the last couple of years, we get a lot of questions of why Toys for Tots? And as a leader, you know, I really feel that our job on a day-to-day basis is to serve the community. So I encourage everybody that works for me to find ways to serve the community. When I arrived here, this will be my 4th holiday season in Jeff City. I was challenged by Presiding Commissioner Bushman to take over the Toys for Tots for the county. And we said, okay, well, this is a great idea, but we're gonna do it bigger and better than ever. So the first year he challenged me to fill 2 ambulances full of toys. And every year since then, we continue to double that. And yesterday in this room, he challenged me to fill 9 ambulances this year. We've had tremendous success over the last 3 holiday seasons. We've become the largest single donation to Toys for Tots in mid-Missouri. Last year, our drive raised over 1,200 toys, which was enough for 6.5 ambulances. We get a lot of questions of how much is enough, and we know that we have thankfully taken care of every need in Cole County the last couple of years, but what we have seen is the communities around us are now dependent upon the generosity of this community to provide the joyous Christmas to their children. So it's never enough, there's always a need. And one of the things that we've noticed here recently is a shift from donations from folks just out Christmas shopping, the community, and really we're more reliant on ever as far as corporate partnerships and some of the other fundraising activities that we're doing. And I think that just kind of goes to speak to the times and the needs of our community. So it's really important, and we're really appreciative of being here today. If there are connections or folks that are interested in getting involved with Toys for Tots, we're certainly willing and would love to have those conversations with you. We've had great community partners this year. From Scooters Coffee, Scholastics has come on board as kind of the lead corporate sponsor of some of the events that we're doing. So there is a great need, but we're always pushing the envelope, and we'd love to see you out and contributing in any way that you can. I'll be happy to answer any questions. I know.
Tell us about your open house coming up.
Shifting on this, in kind of the theme of today, one of the things that we're really proud of as an organization is that we revitalized a quarter of a block of downtown. 2 years ago, we were awarded a community development block grant for $2 million to build a permanent ambulance facility, and that has also morphed into our administrative headquarters. So for those of you who have driven by on the corner of McCarty and Adams Street, we have a 11,000 square foot building opening up. Grand opening, ribbon cutting dedication will be Friday, November 22nd at 1 p.m. And then we'll also have a community open house with a bunch of events for kids and the family on the following Saturday, which is November 23rd, and that will be from 1 to 4.
Okay, can I go back to Toys for Tots?
Yeah.
So you said sponsorships are important,
Yep.
so people can contact you
Yep.
if they want to do sponsorships?
Yep, absolutely.
But like if I was just going shopping and wanted to buy toys, I could then just bring them by the new facility
Yep,
at
absolutely,
any time?
absolutely. And not to diminish, there are plenty of businesses around town that are also collecting toys for Tots. So if you see the box, put it in there, it all ends up at the same place.
Okay, perfect.
And deadline, when do you really want everything?
The December 12th, because, and this is the other thing, if you're an organization that's looking for a Christmas holiday, get your folks out into the spirit. We are also kind of the manpower that are sorting those 1,200 toys, not only from our organization, but from everybody else. So our folks are always looking for more help, and if you're interested in sorting toys and filling those orders for the kids in the community, well, we'd certainly love to talk to you about that.
People can just drop by and say, hey, I'm here to help for the day.
What we'd like to do is have you reach out to us, and we'll get you connected, and make sure that everybody has. Yeah. Yes.
I apologize if you said this, but is it all new toys or is it all?
Yeah, it has to be a new
All right, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
great program, we've had so much information, but.
Two announcements real quick. With the consolidation, if you all know any nonprofit agencies, any churches, anybody like that looking for office furniture, file cabinets, anything like that, please reach out to me. Second announcement I'd like to make on behalf of my tenure on the board with Salvation Army. We are going through a capital campaign that will start next year. This year we have tax credits to kind of see how we could do next year with the tax credits. So if anybody locally has business income or businesses that would like to make a donation, we've got 50% tax credits. So you can see Major Justin for those.
Anybody else? Yes.
So with my ice cream truck, my husband actually just finished an ice cream cart, so I can do indoor events. So if you have anything for the holidays that you'd like to see ice cream trees at, please feel free to reach out because I will be continuing as much as I can through the winter as well.
Cool. Newer member, by the way.
Yeah.
We had announced you last month.
Yeah.
Our, the Salvation Army's Red Kettle Kickoff is tomorrow at Capitol Mall at noon, in the center area around where Christmas Village is being set up. If you have groups that want to volunteer, register to ring.com. We have a lot of spots open in December. And we also receive Toys for Tot toys because this is also our biggest time of year for giving as well.
Cumulatively, November 26th, it's always the Tuesday before Thursday. We've been doing this for many, many years. Annual partnership for hunger, feed the food bank here local. Nash FM 100.1, come donate money, checks, whichever, do your grocery shopping. Tuesday before Thursday, Heidi, you will also be there to be collecting any extra food, anything else, anything you guys want to donate.
And if anyone wants to volunteer to man that as well, contact the food bank.
Yeah.
Just real quick, along with the Christmas season, Rax is accepting, volunteers who would like to donate a family for Christmas that's living in shelter. I will tell you guys right now, we have 14 children under the age of 10 with us, and then I have 4 more over the age of 10 with mom. And thank you, Toys for Tots, we are also a recipient of that. And you guys make our kiddos holiday every year, so I am very appreciative of what you guys do.
Over here, and here we have 3 I saw.
Okay, Rick Lancaster, and I do counseling at a great counseling building. On Tuesdays at 6:30, there's a group that I do called Changing Negatives into Positives, kind of a mental health self-discovery group. For the month of November, it's free, 6:30 to 7:30. So just want to let you know.
Okay, and then Amber and Leslie.
Sure. Amber with United Way, so our campaign is coming to a close. November 21 is our victory celebration. It's a breakfast, so we'd be happy to see you all there. It's $10 a ticket this year, so you can find that on our website. So if you have not had the opportunity to donate to the campaign, we'll do that on our website as well. Then the other announcement I wanted to make is we're doing our Best Being Clearinghouse for United Way member agency holiday program. So adopted families, collecting toys, anything like that. So if you would like to learn about holiday giving opportunities in our community for this season, give our office a call. We're doing the comprehensive list of all that's going on.
Really, it's really a food drive. We were having yesterday cooking food, and we're taking it through next Friday. So even once you drop food off in your office, I can't wait. Feel free to go off. Good women, and we'll get it this morning.
Good. Great. Well, everybody, thank you for being here. Our next Friday coffee is December 13th, and hope you can join us. Thanks again to everybody here and our sponsors.